How's it going, guys? It's been a while since I recorded a video like this, the unscripted and, in this case, partially edited style. I've graduated from my 30-day challenge where I didn't really edit any of my videos. It feels like it's been forever since I finished that 30-day challenge, but in reality it's been like a week and a half as I'm recording this, I think. But I'm a bit worried. I'm getting somewhat out of practice. I've done a few other videos, but when I put those together it's a lot more regimented and, well, not a lot more, very slightly more regimented in the sense that I have a plan, I've got actual notes, I've got editing or a vision, I suppose, in my mind as to how I want the video to come out. But I do really miss those days, that 1 month I had of having to record a video every day. Although, towards the end, I will say it got very much routine in the sense that I didn't feel like I didn't feel as though I was learning a lot, but every single day I was slowly building up the confidence to just be able to turn on the camera, turn on the microphone and just press record, talk about something, even if I did very often go off topic and just say, like right now, say something that's just completely useless, it's not contributing towards the topic, that sort of thing. But I would like to get back into it. Is it Saturday today? Yeah, Saturday for me, the weekend. And I was originally thinking perhaps I'll do a weekly video like this, because then I can, monitor my progress still with my communication, my speaking. But I work a 9 to 5 job during the week, 8 to 4:30 job during the week, and have weekends off. And the weekend days are the best, I think, for recording more structured videos. I have a lot more time on the weekends and I'm not tired after a whole day's work. So maybe after today it would make a bit more sense to do it as perhaps a midweek thing. Every Wednesday I'll do something like this. Probably not this coming Wednesday, but I digress. Now, one thing I would like to talk about, and it's something I've been thinking, not only thinking a lot about recently, but also I've been randomly getting suggested videos ever since I started thinking about this, and that was the worries I have at the moment. I started this YouTube channel at the very start of the year, where I was feeling particularly down for some reason. I can't really remember why. I think it was just because I'd been in a period of isolation for 2.5 weeks over Christmas. I don't really talk to many people in that time, and my employer, while they're very generous with the leave they give us, so we get all of Christmas and all of New Year off in one big long 2.5 week block, paid of course because it's the UK. The wages aren't that good, but we get a lot of time off work. Perhaps some people would be jealous about that, but I'd rather just go to work, to be honest. But yeah, I was in a bit of a low mood, and ever since then the only thing I've really been thinking about is online content creation. How can I make videos? How can I make better videos? Could I make multiple different channels to talk about different things and that sort of thing? And I haven't had the time to just think about my worries, and this has actually been quite refreshing for me in some sense, because, when you haven't got any real problems or anything going on in your life, when everything is just okay, your worries are the only thing you think about, that and work. But yeah, just small things can just completely take over your mind. So if I give you a quick example, a few weeks back my electricity smart meter just stopped working out of the blue, and immediately I was so worried. Now this is the thing that communicates with the utilities company and tells them how much energy I'm using. So my worry was, am I going to get into trouble? Are they going to start estimating my bills and You know they always overestimate them in this situation. They're gonna get as much money out of you as they can. Like maybe they're already doing that with the automated recording, but am I gonna have to contact them, get someone out to fix it? Am I gonna have to pay for this? I was so unbelievably worried about this one small thing because there were no other real problems at the time. And it just started working again after an hour and a half. But that hour and a half was really, really nerve-wracking for me. It goes to show the kind of problems I have in my life. If I had much more important problems to worry about, like this small thing wouldn't even have crossed my mind. I'll just be like, I'll deal with it later. This is a small problem, and it is a small problem. And I do feel guilty for feeling about, this way about these tiny problems when people have real problems in their life. Like, my colleagues always seem to have all kinds of crazy problems. I will say, though, a lot of them are self-inflicted, so... But anyway, onto my worries at the moment. Perhaps I can reflect back on this in the future and see if I'm still worried about the same things. I do have some notes for this, but it's just 4 words written on a scrap of paper, so I don't think that counts as a script. So my biggest worry at the moment, and it's not really something to be worried about because it's outside of my hands, and that is the AI apprenticeship at work that I applied for. I was banging on about it during my 30-day talk to camera challenge, and I applied for it a while ago now. I think it was 3 weeks I submitted the application. I talked about it during my customer service video, but I finally got some feedback, and that is that my organisation will be told by the 18th, I think it is, so this upcoming Wednesday, whether or not I'll be successful on this. They'll take 25 people, I believe, in the organisation, and I don't know how many have applied. I think it's about 100. But it's been a very long wait, and it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, I've come to accept that either way, I don't mind. I tried my best with the application, and the thing is, it would be very, very good for the organisation, or at least in my opinion, for my team, that is, if I'm on this course, having the time to do all the development work that I'll be allowed to do with being successful on this application. And I really would like to vlog it, perhaps make a second channel, like a talking head channel, or I'm not sure how you describe it, one where I actually do show my face. I was thinking recently, actually, it'd be quite interesting to think what the viewers think I look like, because I always describe myself as like an old man, but, well, I am an old man, compared with all the young YouTubers, I suppose. But anyway, that's one of the problems I've been worrying about. The next one is a bit of a darker one, really, and that is the alcoholism. Like, I've not drunk any alcohol yet this year, but I still feel really, really tempted to do so. I'm recording this on a Saturday, and so yesterday was Friday for me. And after work, I was so close to just buying a load of beers. I was thinking to myself at the time, what harm will just one day do? Maybe I can just get smashed out my mind on a Friday and watch YouTube videos all night like I used to. What will the harm be? And I was so tempted. I was able to stop myself by thinking, actually, while maybe it won't seem as though there's any harm at the time, the next day I'll be very disappointed in myself, like I've let myself down. And also it'll be a write-off of a day. I wouldn't be able to record this video. I'd be too hungover to do so. And that's something I just need to keep remembering. Don't think about what harm, slipping up once will do. Think about how disappointed I'll be in myself the next day. And I'm hoping that by the end of the year, this will just be a natural thing for me. But I don't know. I think there'll always be this voice at the back of my head saying, just one more night. It won't make a difference. But we'll see. I'm going to say that my colleagues also really aren't helping with this. They're like almost teasing me, the fact that I'm not drinking anymore, or I don't know, maybe it's a UK thing, but they're almost offended at the fact that I'm doing this, because why wouldn't you want to drink at all anymore? Everyone does it. So it doesn't help. The lack of accountability, apart from to myself, is also not helping, but, well, what can I do? My third worry is the roof of my house. Home ownership is very stressful compared with renting, and we had a big storm recently, and whenever there's a big storm, I'm just worried about my roof. I had to pay £1,000 last year to get the roof fixed. There was like a big leak in it, and like that might have to happen again soon. I live in a 100-year-old house, and I'm just constantly patching the roof every couple of years. Fortunately, I found a very good roofer who responds immediately when I contact him. He gets up there, has a look around, and always is able to fix the problem, but it's an old house, and eventually, well, I mean, I would like to sell it within the next couple of years and live somewhere else, to be honest, but eventually it will need to have a new roof put on, which will be expensive, and even that might be affected by the wind. I've seen houses locally that have had fresh roofs put on, then within a few months, like loads of the tiles are blown off when the storms and winds. It's held up though, this fix that I paid for, like through this brutal storm we had over the last couple of days, so maybe it'll be okay for now. And it probably won't be anything to worry about until towards the end of the year, because the worst of the UK terrible winter is over now, it seems. Generally we have terrible weather from November to like March, so that's like half the year almost. And then we get slightly less terrible weather for the remainder of that time. And my final worry is always going to be retirement. I am so worried about being able to survive retirement and not being in poverty. Like, I'm making the maximum contributions to my pension. I'm paying money into a investment account every month. I have a small amount of cryptocurrency. I've got an emergency fund, some premium bonds, which have a very, very small chance of me winning a large amount of money. And even with that, I'm still worried about retirement. I think that it's something that the millennial generation is not going to enjoy. All of my colleagues are also a similar age to me. All of them, apart from me, are in massive amounts of debt, and I believe they are all paying into their pensions, but I don't know. I just feel as though I need to do more, really. I feel very guilty when I waste money on just snacks and just junk. Like today I went out and bought a load of candy and Easter eggs. I can't stop eating Easter eggs. Oh Lord. But yeah, that's my last worry, I suppose. But that's going to be an ongoing process. If I do a monthly review of my finances here, so it's like my health, my finances, and whatever else I said that my New Year's goals were, I need to watch that video again. I'll review things, see how they're going, and, well, at least I'm taking a step in the right direction every time. And that goes with this channel as well. So each video, even though I feel like I'm making no progress in learning the skill, in developing things, I'm taking a small step in the right direction each time. Like look at the footage I have for this. I finally learned after 16 years or however long Minecraft's been out for, how to install a texture pack, or what do they call them these days? Like well, I'm not too sure. They were called texture packs back in the day. And yeah, I've even completely changed my recording setup and my process since my video on that sort of thing. But anyway, I've just been rambling a load of nonsense as usual. Thanks for listening though, if you've somehow made it to the end. It really means a lot, and I'll continue making some videos like this, but also other videos, the kind of content I want to talk about, or that's just crossing my mind, or that I'm interested in at the time. But yep, that's been it for me for this week. See you in the next one.